We finally have allocation numbers for Lorcana, and it's not looking good. We gotta talk about it. But before we get into it, we gotta talk about today's sponsor. It's us again, Cardinal Gaming. You guys already know, up at the top two buttons right here take you to our TCGPlayer page with all of our card singles on there. Check them out. Down to here, all of our pre-orders. 151 is up. Obsidian Flames is up. Some of the stuff for 151 is already sold out. It's pretty hype. It gives me some indication that this is going to be super popular. So, yeah, pre-order if you can. Come on down here. If I could hold pre-releases, this is where they would be. And Cardinal merch, if you guys want to go support the store, I'm going to put some other stuff up here, like t-shirts and stuff. Nobody wants to buy a hoodie when it's summer, but I got more stuff on the way. But other than that, all right, we'll see you in a few. Okay, bye. Hello, everybody. Mason here, Cardinal Gaming. Appreciate you clicking on the video, supporting the channel, supporting the store. You guys always do. I appreciate you for that. We got to talk about Lorcana. It's been a wild road so far with this game, and it's only going to get weirder and a lot more difficult for a lot of people because we got big numbers from, well, I say big numbers, the big numbers, the anticipated numbers, I should say, to say it more correctly, from Southern Hobby, and they were pretty bad. From every store I've heard, they are pretty much all way less than what they expected. Organized play stores got a little bit more than what seemed like even larger stores that asked for a large quantity got, but like I asked for 200 booster boxes. I felt like if I even got all those, that'd be crazy. That's a big number, but it'd give me a gauge and kind of as many questions as I get for it and stuff. I think I could move through 200 if I had a little while going into the holidays, people interested in picking up the game, starting the game, organized play, stuff like that. I felt like 200 was a good number for, two stores to maybe move through a new game with Disney branding. Seems pretty strong overall. And I got 6 booster boxes from Southern. That is a case and a half. When you phrase it like that, it sounds better. But still, 6 out of 200, that's only a 3% fulfillment, to put it in sort of like numbers that we normally hear from when we hear about allocations. That's bad. Yeah, that's not good. Not good numbers at all. And I've seen people saying, well, okay, you take that from Southern Hobby and you have the other distribution companies that you were going to buy from, then you combine them together. That's an okay number, right? I'm going to tell you guys right now. If you go into any store and say, hey, are you getting Lorcana? And they say yes, and they tell you, hey, yeah, we're going to have some, ask where they're getting their stuff from. And if they say Alliance, let me tell you, through every game I've ever had with Alliance, I've always asked for not even crazy numbers, reasonable numbers, nothing outlandish, nothing crazy, and every single time, whether it's a Bandai game, or whether it's just Magic or Pokemon, whatever it is, it'll say that you're going to get a certain amount on your ticket when you go to submit it, and then they'll come back and correct that. That is, like, in best case scenario, a goal that they want to try to get you to eventually. Maybe not at release, but they'll eventually try to get you there. Like I have 24 boxes from Alliance. That's a lot more than 6. That's 4 times as much as 6. But if I see 2 of those boxes from Alliance on release, I'll be amazed. I'll be surprised. That's how bad that things normally get cut when you try to order from Alliance. They'll say it and give you a big number, and then they'll reel it back and say, oh wait, no, hold on. We'll get you there eventually. Maybe on wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, whatever. But I got 2 for you this week. Happens every time. Every game, doesn't matter what it is, that's always how it starts. So if people are saying, yeah, I got this many from Alliance, no, they don't. They don't have that many. And if they're selling it like they are, that's a bad sign. That's not a good sign. So look out for that. If some store has big, huge numbers out there and they order from Alliance, know that more than likely at release, it's not going to happen. It's just not. It's not going to happen. And I think it's really difficult for people to understand, kind of like, even like comprehend like the demand for Lorcana, the type of average customer or consumer that's going to be looking for Lorcana as a TCG. I'm on a lot of groups on Facebook and stuff, trying to get a gauge for a lot of games, and Lorcana, I'm in a couple of Lorcana groups, and I will tell you right now, the people that are into Lorcana, they are not experienced TCG people. They're not experienced players. These are not people who are going to go hard into organized play and kind of grind it out and try to find the meta and stuff. A vast majority of the people that are interested in Lorcana are just moms with families, people with young kids, the type of people that, are not used to how this world functions and how even something like organized play or a game that has organized play to it, how it functions. And I think it's really something to know and keep track of, is that is the demographic. It is much more to like Pokemon is than it is towards like Magic. And I think there's a lot of people out there that are thinking like TCG, organized play, I'm going to spike this game real hard, I'm going to get really good at it, I'm going to learn the meta, I'm going to get really good, and it's going to be like Magic to me. I really caution people thinking about mechanically that this game is going to be something that's super intense or brand new and really engaging and really has a lot of response and kind of counterplaying and that type of interactions. It's especially not out of the gate, but I think it's going to be a lot more simpler. It's going to be a lot more geared towards children. It's going to be a children's TCG, kind of skewed towards, again, the way of Pokemon, as opposed to something really high-level thinking and like chess mechanic, like what Magic can be, or even like what Yu-Gi-Oh and kind of the strategies behind that can be. So that's the demographic for the game. That's the core people that are interested in this game, is a lot of people like that. So it's different. It's a very different vibe. And I think when people see booster box numbers, they gotta remember that, a lot of this stuff is going to roll out to big box, and it's going to be in Targets. I think they give us like a 2-week window before it starts going into Target. Game stores do. So we can hold events and do stuff like that. That's kind of like exclusive for a little while, and then it comes out to like Target. No word on how much is going to go into the big box. We have no idea. I have no way of knowing that much. But if it's anything like the other TCGs, booster boxes are not going to be through there. And things like the Illumineer's Trove and the gift bundles and those theme decks, stuff like that, you're going to see in Targets. And I will say that is probably more likely higher produced and higher production numbers than even like booster boxes are. Because the casual people, the people that are picking up and walking by on a Target shelf, they're going to pick up something like the Pokemon equivalent, which is an ETB, than they would a booster box type of stuff. The price point's more appetizing. It's more reasonable for them to get into. Something like with 2 decks in it, they can sit down and play together with their kids and their family together. That's the type of stuff that Lorcana is going to probably produce more of. And booster boxes they're just going to be harder to find. I genuinely think that. And we're going to kind of see the same way that Pokemon has kind of went the past couple years of producing less booster boxes and more stuff for big box. So that's the market, and hopefully that's the way that they're going, and they're going to plan this type of longer rollout overall, because I think that bodes the best for organized play and people that are genuinely interested in playing the actual game. And that's the type, like, if this is the numbers that we have at release for this game, they should just delay this. They should delay the release of this game. Give us 6 months, however long. If they want to blame the lawsuit or whatever they got to do just to kind of get better production numbers up, if that's what it takes, I think they definitely should, because you do not want this game releasing and falling on its face and getting scalped all to hell and really putting people off this game, because you just won't have the infrastructure to run an organized play. I cannot run organized play with 6 booster boxes. I can't. I can't expect people to come week after week and give out some sort of prize support with 6 booster boxes. That's not a viable system. And even if I do that, why would I? I have nothing else to sell them. I'm not making any money off of running an event, so I have to have other things for them to buy. And 6 booster boxes ain't gonna cut it. It's not even worth the store's time to do that. So that's what I really think they should do, is kind of wait and kind of get the numbers up and try to do that, because no sort of organized play can really function without a big like swath of boxes and support to run the game with. If that's really what they want to do, if they really want to make this a TCG that they can sit down and play with week after week and stores can run events for, you have to have product available to those stores, or it's not worth it. It's not worth the store's time. The players get frustrated, and the game overall is going to die. And you have to remember, this is not... it doesn't have to be Pokemon. Lorcana doesn't have to be a Pokemon or a Magic level of TCG to be successful, right? They don't have to do crazy numbers. They don't have to have huge amounts of players. There's plenty of TCGs out there that survive and last and are running along, and people are playing and enjoying and seeing success without being like Pokemon level of numbers. You think of games like Force of Will. Force of Will, there's still people out there playing Force of Will. There's still new sets of Force of Will being released. Things like Cardfight Vanguard. Things like Weiss Schwartz that sees kind of more of a Pokemon theme too, with the type of expansions and IPs that they draw into the game and make product for. A lot of that is people that are interested in that type of level too. And Lorcana will see that type of success as well. But you can have a small player base and still be an okay TCG and still be successful. It's just, how much is Disney going to be willing to put their name on if it looks bad and is bad for their PR? And let's say they run a big like national championship event and nobody can find the product and nobody shows up to it. The biggest threat to Lorcana long term is Disney not being satisfied with Ravensburger and the numbers that they're putting out, and then they're saying it's not worth it. Let's just kill it, because it makes the brand look bad. It is making the brand feel like it's disappointing and letting down people. And Disney's not gonna allow that to happen. They're just not gonna put out a product that they're not proud of with their name on it. It's just not. The product looks great. The game mechanics, it's fine. It's not groundbreaking, but it's fine. It functions. It looks cool. There's still stuff to be revealed about it. We don't know of any sort of like chase or how rarities will work, or how like if it's serialized stuff that they might do, or is it going to be different types of foilings that look cool, and they're going to have chase mechanics and type of things that people are going to want to open booster packs to get. All that type of stuff we don't know yet, and that is going to be part of what drives the people in the know, like the people watching this video, the people that are interested in it from this world. But from the outside of the casuals and people like that, if they want it and they can't get it, they're just not going to bother anymore with it. And again, that hurts Disney's brand for people to be disappointed. So they're just going to probably, hey, we had a good run, and then call it quits if they can't get these numbers up to snuff. And again, Pokemon has had trouble getting product out. You know, Magic is having difficulties and had to push things back. A lot of these companies that are just now finding their footing of getting there. Pokemon had to buy a whole printer facility in order to keep up with demand. If Lorcana can't keep up, it's not going to look good on their brand. And Disney, I think, is just going to ultimately let it fail. But that's allocation numbers, guys. That's what we got as far as new information on storefront front. But I want to let you guys know, kind of give you guys my thoughts of what I think about it. I am disappointed, but am I surprised? Not really. I just didn't expect it to be this bad. 6 boxes. Wow. Thanks, guys.